Okay, so talagang sa mga young people talaga natin yung demonstrated na panganib o harm sa ngayon based pa lang dun sa na-rescue nyo. Yes, Yusek Paraiso.
Madam Chair, on the question po, and I'd like to help our friends po and give context. On the premise that if there are foreign nexuses with regards to NVEs, parati hong ganon. What we found out is when it comes to NVEs, parati ganon. What we're trying to prevent here in the Philippines is the copycats and the influence of NVEs, Madam Chair. Kasi mapapansin nyo yung mga idealism ng mga NVEs na yan, foreign sa atin eh. Racism, white supremacy. So, foreign ho sa atin sa Pilipinas yan. Pero yung ang nangyayari, yung mga kabataan natin, pag na-expose sa ganyan, na parang either na nahuhumaling doon or nagiging copycat doon. Yun yung piniprevent natin dito sa Pilipinas, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you rin, Yusek. At kaya susi talaga ang effective na mandate and capacities ng CICC. At susi din na mag-do better talaga ang Meta. Kasi copycats, ayaw natin. Saan dumadalo yung potential na or yung original na pwedeng gayahin. Doon din sa espasyo na nire-regulate nyo at nag-ooperate ang mga tulad ng Meta. And yung extremism could really comes in this way. Yung balik lang po ako sa PNP-ACG, yung na-rescue nyo po na minors, yung yung 42 na 30 doon ay 12 to 15 years old lamang. Sila pong na-rescue yung minors na related sa NVE. Paano nyo po sila na-identify o natukoy at paano nyo sila nahanap para ma-rescue?
Through referrals na rin po ng Meta, bali nakikipag-coordinate po sa amin ang FBI kasi doon nagre-report si Meta. Others are through reports from the school and parents. So after the rescue operations po, we conduct rescue operations with the DSWD, CSWD I mean, and the local police para doon sa assessment and intervention para po continuing yung intervention programs ng government sa mga minor victims.
Salamat, Colonel. So, mabuti naman kahit mukhang ang laki pa ng pagkukulang ng Meta in terms of prevention, at least dun sa referrals after sa rescue, naaasahan nyo sila. And sana Meta will be as responsive to CICC gaya dito sa Pilipinas, gaya ng responsive sila sa FBI dun sa US. And salamat dun sa pagbanggit nyo na yung mga schools din at tayong mga parents ay malaking papel po talagang magagampanan dito sa sama-sama nating pagtutulungan paano hindi lang marespondehan kapag may harm na nangyari or NVE na nangyari or serious violence na nangyari, pero mapigilan pa ito before it happens again. So ayun, nabanggit ko na rin kanina na itatanong ko po sa PNP, no, yung Laguna incident nga po sa nakaraang hearing iniulat po ng PNP sa komite, it was foiled because of foreign law enforcement tips. Pero yun na nga, hindi lahat ng panahon ay may foreign intel na pumapasok. So anong hakbang po ang ginagawa ng PNP para mag-reinforce ng mga local at saka mga organic na tipo ng mga threat assessment at saka tip reporting?
Yan po, we capacitate our local police units para hindi lang si ACG po ang nag-address kundi right after na ma-receive yung report or information, sila na mismo po ang mag-verify because hindi po kami lahat ng provinces in the Philippines ay meron kaming unit. We only have 33 provincial units po kaya minimal pa po yung, I mean, hindi ganun ka-wide yung extent of the ACG's services.
So may mga 50 plus pa na kailangang i-capacitate sa mga probinsya natin. All right, sir. Attorney Jewel of CRC, Yes, ma'am. You wanted to interject, particularly dun sa pag-contextualize ng NVE communities. Yes, please.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. On your question po, no, about the NVE, ganyan, maybe to further contextualize given the intent of the committee hearing, since we've been mentioning NVE, no, the broader stroke po, as you've been mentioning also, are these groups, and this or short for community groups, no, and generally, online collective po sila ng mga individuals. And what is their purpose, no? Why do they do it? Three purposes po, and these are information based from our international law enforcement community. First would be to make money, and then second, gain notoriety, and lastly, to just simply promote ideologies. Baka po dun pumapasok yung mga nangyayari ngayon, although we're not making that conclusion. And what do? They cause harm or commit crimes. At just to further contextualize pa yung sa nangyayari po, no, baka lang maging helpful, no, these groups or community groups, they focus on three pillars of criminality. One would be the extortion aspect, and we're very much aware of that. Maybe sexual extortion po ito, producing sexual or degrading contents or images, self-harm po, no, including ultimately committing suicide. The second pillar of criminality on the cybercom groups naman po, sila yung nagko-commit po ng mga cybercrime, yung pong ultimately they will target organizations and infrastructures. And the last one na maybe pumasok po yung sa Tacloban natin are the third pillar of offline groups. Dito po yung sa NVE more specifically because they promote opportunistic, real-time violence po, no. Doon po yung arson, assault, or the extreme measure also of murder. And just to even provide context pa, no, we've been mentioning OSAEC, CICC and mention OSAEC, and our NCC OSAEC SAEM is here. May similarities po. From an international law enforcement perspective, nakikita po nila that the trends of what they are doing, the suspects or the perpetrators are doing on OSAEC are quite similar to what is happening, although hindi po siya limited to just that. So maybe that perspective of not looking at it solely from an OSAEC perspective or the sexual perspective, kasi extreme na po siya na iba-ibang pillars of criminality. Maybe that would be helpful as we further understand also what our law enforcement are doing to further capacitate them on their existing efforts saka capabilities po in investigating this.
Salamat, Attorney Jewel. So, useful din po pati sa pag-address natin, pag-prevent at pag-address ng serious violence or NVE. Yun nga pong pag-enhance ng anti-OSAEC CSAEM law natin, including pagsama ng isang section na inilalaan yung tools against OSAEC and CSAEM para sa laban din kontra sa NVE.
Exactly po, no, Honorable Chairperson, because just to see it from a perspective of NGO po kami, no, looking at working alongside international law enforcement and our Philippine law enforcement, they have existing capabilities, but maybe we can enhance what they already have. And this brings me to that point a while ago. You've been asking about forensic examination. It was mentioned cybercrime warrant. Yung pong na-mention ni Colonel sa ating anti-cybercrime group ng PNP, there was already consent po from the mother on the forensic examination. So we don't need the cybercrime warrants. Although of course there are efforts like on the OSAEC bill, no, para po pabilisin pa, especially on the personal knowledge matter. But there's that consent already. But Senator, we asked the question, do they have capabilities to conduct digital forensic examination? Maybe this is on an execution aspect po, implementation of the law. Do they have the resources, no? Maybe they would need that resources to have that license, annual license po for the digital forensic examination. Baka po hindi pala sila, hindi marami ang license nila or hindi sapat. May nabanggit na iPhone 14 po, no? Baka po ang license nila is only for Android, which we are seeing. So maybe that operational gap of identifying what they need, because they're, as General Sheila mentioned, first line of defense po sila. 911 ang tatawagan, police po ang magre-respond in this regard. So maybe more operational than legislative, but nonetheless as important, Senator Risa. Salamat po.